We have a ton of news that is breaking. We begin with this Fox News alert, a grisly case that has riveted the entire country and horrified Americans everywhere. And that is Alex Murdaugh, found guilty on all charges, including 2 counts of murder with a weapon. And tonight, by the way, we'll cover every aspect of this case. You're going to hear from the prosecutors, legal experts, other people on the ground. And by the way, of all people, guess who's spoken out? O.J. Simpson even weighed in on this case. We're going to play his comments straight ahead tonight. But first, let me give you some background for those of you who work for a living and not able to follow this during the day. This became a fascinating case and a lot of twists and turns and a lot of people speculating he might get off. The jury came back in less than 3 hours. Now, Alex Murdaugh is the prominent South Carolina attorney, big-time Democratic donor, is now facing life in prison for murdering his wife, Maggie, his 22-year-old son. It took the jury 3 hours to deliver this verdict, but this twisted and very gruesome and horrible double homicide, it will haunt people in this country, especially in South Carolina, now in the Low Country for decades to come. Now, until recently, the Murdaughs were a prominent family in Hampton County. They ran what was the biggest law firm. They had deep, deep ties to the local judicial system, from judges to prosecutors to police. The Murdaughs were among the most wealthy and well-connected families in the region. But at times, they seemed to believe they themselves were above the law. Alex Murdaugh had a very expensive drug habit over the past several years. Murdaugh was burning through millions of dollars on pills and God knows what else. In order to pay for all of this, his lifestyle and his drug use, well, he robbed clients, he robbed friends, he embezzled money from his own law firm and committed insurance fraud on a massive scale. Alex also faced mounting legal bills related to his son's boating accident that looks like maybe they tried to cover up. We'll tell you about that. In 2019, Paul Murdaugh drunkenly drove the family boat into a bridge. It killed a young girl, a passenger on board. Alex Murdaugh was facing financial and legal ruin. Apparently, this all came to a head on the evening of June 7th, 2021, when Alex shot his wife 4 to 5 times with a rifle and then shot his own son twice with a shotgun at the family's hunting compound, and his son's head was all but missing from the blast. Now, that night, Alex Murdaugh called 911. He told the police that he happened upon the dead bodies and had no idea who killed his wife and son. A few months later, in September of 2021, Alex Murdaugh attempted to stage his own murder, paying his drug dealer to shoot him in the head in what was, a possible botched attempt to commit insurance fraud. Now, following that incident, Murdaugh was finally charged with killing his wife and his son. Now, it was interesting. They didn't have the cell phone records in the beginning, but cell phone records and high-velocity blood spatter on Murdaugh's clothes placed him at the scene of the crime. He was on tape telling the police he wasn't there in the, quote, kennel. I'll get into more detail in a minute. But that did not stop Murdaugh from taking the stand and to offer a very dramatic defense. Here's part of it. Take a look.
Where did you touch Maggie?
I think I touched her down. It was around like, I don't know. If you ask me exactly, I think I touched her down around her waist, but I don't know. It was so bad. Excuse me.
The jury, they didn't buy it. And now Alex Murdaugh will spend the rest of his life behind bars. Now, here is the lead prosecutor reacting to this verdict. Let's take a look.
Justice was done today. It doesn't matter who your family is. It doesn't matter how much money you have or people think you have. It doesn't matter what you think, how prominent you are. If you do wrong, if you break the law, if you murder, then justice will be done in South Carolina. And I think South Carolina has shown the nation and the world how a process can work and work well.